Welcome, fellow fans of Clash of Clans. It is your host, Galadon, and today we are talking about the big announcement of the January 2019 top 10 clans in Clash of Clans. And it seems like just about with anything else in Clash of Clans, it doesn't come without controversy. Or as I like to say, controversy, as we take a closer look at the top 5 clans. And, well, okay, so there's a big post on the forum that talks about this, the Supercell Clash of Clans forums. We're going to go ahead and look up the hashtag for the #1 clan, okay? And we'll talk a little bit more. Now, what obviously has happened, or, okay, not obviously, what apparently has happened, is some of these top 10 clans have had almost all of their players banned from the game. We don't know why. Obviously, that information is not revealed. We just know that it must have to do with a terms of service violation, whether it be account sharing, cheap gems, some other sort of external software, whatever it may be. Something has caused a large number of players to be banned from these very, very top, very elite clans in the game. Now, I have to make a bit of a disclaimer right here, and that is that, of course, none of the stuff that I'm talking about would hold up in a court of law. I can't read Chinese. I don't know what happened. I don't know any of these players personally, and I don't have any information directly from Supercell about this. So I'm just saying I'm going off of what I've read and what seems to be likely. It's up to you to make your own judgment call. The moral of the story is really, there's two parts, okay? Number one is, don't cheat. Don't try to get an unfair advantage. It's gonna bite you in the butt sooner or later. And number two is, I think Supercell maybe came out with this list earlier than they should have, because now obviously we've got a lot at stake. We've got the $1 million Clash of Clans World Championship, and you know, although it hasn't been announced when exactly it starts yet, when it's going to happen, we know it's going to be this year, and you know there is a lot at stake. When you're talking about $1 million, this is the first time that they've given away cash prizes in Clash of Clans. And I'm assuming that it's not $1 million to one clan. That you would have to guess, like any tournament structure, you're going to see it spread out, whether it's, you know, 500 to the first clan, or it could be 250,000 to the first clan, and there could be $750,000 going out to other clans that finish in other rankings. We don't know if it's going to be per season, per one big tournament, for multiple tournaments. This information has yet to be announced, but, and it's a big but, you know that you want a fair playing field for everybody, and that is something that Supercell has always talked about. Obviously now, with big money at stake, they're going to look extra closely under a fine-tooth comb, okay, under a big microscope, using a fine-tooth comb, to find the cheaters and get rid of them. So we're going to look at some Lost Phoenix replays. This first one from Toji, I believe that is the correct pronunciation, I'm not sure. Cool to watch, some very interesting and slightly unusual, complicated attacks. Maybe not against maxed out bases, but still fun to watch. While we talk about this, now I wanted to break this down into two parts. So first, I'm going to talk about what led me personally to believe that these bans were executed. And I'm not just going off of what random people have said on the forums, although they may have done their own research. I actually went out to a website called Clash of Stats. So www.clashofstats.com. You go there and you can find out an immense amount of information pulled directly from the game about players and clans. So I went to clashofstats.com and I entered the hashtag for the #1 clan in the world, and this is what I saw. So just like in the live game when we looked it up a couple minutes ago, yes, there are only 3 members, and 2 of them are Town Hall 3s in this #1 clan in the world. Then when you check the roster, you get this. Now notice that the first few players have hashtags that have images next to their names, and then there's a bunch of players with just the black circle on the left-hand side and nothing but the player hashtag. So you click on that and it should take you to a player profile that gives you more information about that player. Instead, you get a 404 page, no information available. And again, Clash of Stats is pulling directly from what they call the API, I believe, of Clash of Clans. So they're getting information directly from the Clash servers. They're doing this legally. This is something that Supercell authorizes, but the information is not there. So it leads me to believe that these players are indeed banned from the game. And of course, it is Supercell's policy not to name and shame, and I'm not trying to do that either. I'm just pointing out that unfortunately, what was apparently the #1 clan in the world is out of here. They're gone. They're not competing, and they will not be back. So, and that's happened to not only #1, but also I believe it was #5 at the beginning of the video we saw was now closed and did not even field enough players to participate in this current round of CWL. So what does all this mean? What is going on, Galadon? What are you saying? Okay, so here's kind of, I thought this first of all was interesting. I think that, you know, if you're a fan of the game, if you're a fan of high-level gameplay, and I know a lot of us are, I will never be able to compete at that level. I mean, our clan, speaking of, is trying to get to Champions 1, and yes, I am going to cover it with several videos this week, but what I'm saying is it's fun to watch high-level gameplay. I'm super excited about the Clash World Championships, and you know what? Although it is a little bit unfortunate that this list came out and it's full of banned players and clans. Okay, not full of. It includes some banned players, so those clans may no longer be competitive. Look at it this way. At least it came out now. Can you imagine how messy this would be had this come out right as the World Championships were announced? So, you know, this is a good thing. I look at this kind of like when you drop a new troop in the game. It's not going to be optimized. It's not going to be perfectly balanced until you let time determine things. And things may happen. Things that sounds like they're also changing up the way the ranking system works, which I think is a good idea. There was one comment in the forums that talked about the fact that I believe 3 of these clans, 3 of the top 10 clans were in the same CWL grouping with a clan that did not use all of their attacks in any of the wars. So what that meant is those clans received an artificial boost because of the way the ranking system was designed in this first month of rankings. So no doubt the ranking system needs some work, and obviously it's like anything else. The first season of CWL was the craziest. It had clans that were ranked way too high, way too low, and things have balanced out. I see that as that's exactly what's happening right now with this top 10 list. We're going to see other lists come out, top clans ranked, and I believe the dust should settle from this. And again, the forum thread, very active, kind of an interesting read. There's a lot of information that I didn't include in this video that people are putting there, but again, I try not to lend credibility to every post because you just never know, right? You never know if people are biased, and I'm trying to make this video as unbiased as possible. You know, I'm looking at it, trying to be independent, and that's what I try to do. I'm, on one hand, super excited about $1 million Clash of Clans World Championship, and on the other hand, I'm frustrated to see so many players that have somehow tried to gain an unfair advantage or whatever they're doing that's against the terms of service. So again, we don't know why these players are gone, why they are likely banned from the game, but it's just always good practice to not violate terms of service of any game that you're playing. So don't do anything that gives you an unfair advantage that is against Supercell's rules, and you're totally fine, okay? And I think most importantly, just don't give anybody else your passwords, your emails, any of that stuff, because anytime that happens, there's always the possibility that your accounts could be compromised. And I'm telling you right now, if you just, as a for instance, I know this happened to a friend of mine, okay? If you give your buddy your password, or you give your buddy your device, and you think that you trust them, there may be a school friend, and next thing you know, you get your device back and you're banned because of something that he said on your account, or he's, you know, spent all your gems on something you wouldn't want to have spent them on, or he's stolen your account and connected it to a different Supercell ID. In those cases, there's almost never anything you can do to fix that because it was your fault, because you didn't protect your account. So be careful is all I'm saying. Be careful. Don't listen to people trying to give you information in global that might be questionable. Just connect your account to Supercell ID, keep it to yourself, and you're going to be safe. All right, that's all there is to it. So, okay, off the Gala soapbox. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to say it's frustrating. It saddens me to see people, and I get it every day. I get emails, I get tweets, I get, you know, messages on Discord from people that have had something like this happen to their account, and I can't help. Okay, I am not employed by Supercell. I don't work with, for, around, or any relation to their customer service, their player support. You've got to be in the game to do that. That is what you need to do. If your account, you can't get into your account, try creating another account, I guess, to contact player support that way through in-game messaging and provide them with detailed information about what happened, and they can try to help you get your account back, but I cannot. Okay, and I don't think that like a Twitter message or a forum message is going to do it for you either. Player support is there for a reason. And anyway, so okay, again, I digress. I'm sorry. Okay, so back to the matter at hand, and that is we're talking about the top 10 clans. So yes, we don't know exactly what the Clash of Clans World Championship is going to be, other than $1 million, other than 2019. We know from this image that these top 10 clans were listed as the top 10 clans for January. So I'm guessing we will see a top 10 clans February 2019, and that's going to look a lot different. And again, I think that the waves will settle down, the seas will calm, and after a couple of seasons under our belt with this ranking system, it will be standardized, it will be fair, and well before we see these clans compete for the big bucks, we will know on a fair and independent basis what the best clans are out there. And it could honestly take Supercell a lot of work to figure this out because there are so many different factors and variables that they have to consider, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, and I'm super excited for the World Championships. So hey, let me know down in the comments, what do you guys think about what's going on? Do you have suggestions on a better way to do this system? You know that Supercell reads the forums when it comes to feedback like this. Darian is on there posting almost every day. So if you've got a fantastic, well thought out idea, make sure you share it on the Supercell forums and perhaps on Reddit. And you never know, it could end up being put into the algorithm that helps determine the top 10 clans in the world. It may be more than top 10. I'm personally hoping to see a top 200. Kind of like we see right now with clans and players for trophies. I would love to see that for war rankings. That would be cool to see if your clan can land in the top 200. So, yes, here we go. The final attack of the video, Bounty Hunter, 99%, Archer Queen versus Town Hall, and well, she's got her ability, so you know what's going to happen. She wins. 3 stars for Bounty Hunter and Lost Phoenix, and hey, 3 stars for you guys for watching all the way to the end of the episode. Make sure, again, you let me know. Give me your feedback. I am doing my best to read as many comments as I can every single time that I put a video out, which is pretty much every single day. In the meantime, have a fantastic rest of your day. Get out there, be kind to other people, be kind to animals, be easy on the environment, and of course, I hope to see you all back here again tomorrow for more Full Attacks.
Galadon, are you finding it hard to concentrate? Don't worry, it's a common problem with people of your advanced age.